Hi, we are Renata and Bruno, and today we are going to talk about credit cards.
But first we need to know what a credit card is. It is an instrument that allows its holder or user to purchase goods on credit or pay for service on credits.
Exactly, there are different types of credit cards, such as reward credit cards. These ones give you a reward for spending. This includes different subtypes of credit cards, including cashback credit cards, travel cards, and point cards. In the cashback credit cards, you can redeem the rewards you be earned for cash with a transfer to your bank account or redeem it for a statement credit towards your credit card balance. We also have using credit cards. To get this type of credit cards, you must own a business or income producing activity. To many kinds of gig work and side hustles, you qualify as business. They help you benefit from your everyday spending and make running your routines easier by freeing up cash flow.
We also have the corporate credit cards that are a step up from business credit cards since they are meant for established business that bring in millions in revenue and have multiple employees. We also have the student credit cards. Are like a started credit card designed for young people with limited or not credit history. The application required for those cards aren't as strict, making this approval easier than for a traditional credit card. Most of the best students' credit cards don't charge an annual fee and may offer reward for each peso you spend or even bonus break for good grades. We also have a store credit cards or retail card are offered through retail stores to let consumers charge their purchase and pay them off over time. Store credit cards are generally used only at the specific store offering them, although some store credit cards can be used within a family or stores. For example, the ones that Liverpool has, we can use them in different stores.
About interest rates, we have three examples. Boardfish and interest rate is the amount of interest due per period, has a proportion of the amount lent, deposited, or borrowed. For example, Bank Banregio has an interest rate of 27%, Bank Banorte has a rate of 69%, and Bank Bancomer has a rate of 49%.
Apart from the interest rate, you should also consider the credit limit, the cut-off date, and the minimum payment. But be aware that the minimum payment also generates interest, so don't trust yourself to just pay the minimum. A credit limit is the maximum amount of credit a financial institution extends to a client on a credit card or a line of credit. Lenders usually set credit limits based on a specific information about the credit seeking applicant, including their income and employment status. Credit limits are an important factor that can affect consumers' credit scores and their ability to obtain credit in the future.
The cut-off date is the last day of the billing cycle, and the minimum payment is the lowest amount you must pay each month. But what about the cut-off balance? Well, is the total amount that you must pay the bank for the expenses incurred with your credit card in a certain period. And if you pay the balance in full before the due date, you won't have to pay interest. This is called paying to pay no interest.
We also have the total annual cost. This is the total cost of having the card for 1 year, including annual fees and interest. It's important to consider when choosing a card.
Having a credit card has its advantages. You can request a checkback if you're unhappy with a product or service. Ask for a checkback through your credit card company if you have a dispute with a merchant either in store or online. A credit card can build your credit rating. Your credit card account details and payment history make up a key parts of your credit score. If you keep your account in good standing, this information will help you build up a good credit score, which could increase your chance of approval for other products such as car loans or a mortgage. A credit card is safer than carrying cash, will there's only a small chance of having lost or stolen cash returned. A credit card can quickly be cancelled if you lose your wallet. Most financial institutions also have security process in place to protect if your card has been lost or stolen, or if you suspect your account have been used for a fraudulent transaction. If you're in any of these situations, make sure to contact your bank to report the issue as soon as possible.
But having a credit card also has its disadvantages, such as paying high rates of interest. You can end up paying hundreds of thousands more than you initially charged in interest if you are unable to make repayments each month. Credit cards or charges. Businesses often apply a surcharge when you pay with a credit card. For MasterCard and Visa products, this fee is usually 0.5 up to 2% of the total transaction cost, while for Amex cards it could be closer to 3%. Whatever the case, this is an extra cost for the convenience of paying with plastic. You can also overspend. When talking about the pros and cons of credit cards, this is the classic downside. Some individuals can get easily carried away with their credit card, creating a debt that is beyond their means to pay off. Another disadvantage is that it's most expensive to get cash. Though credit cards can be used almost everywhere, we are all vulnerable into cash-only merchants or events at some time in our lives. If your credit card is your only way to get cash, it will cost you. Credit card companies will charge a fee for cash advances, usually 5% of the amount, and they will often charge a higher interest rate on the cash that you borrow. Most credit cards have a cash advance APR that's higher than the APR for standing spending. Having a credit card also increases the risk of fraud. If you're not using it correctly, hackers might steal your information and use your card without you knowing.
If you want to know what type of credit card you should choose, you can start by getting clear on what you need and want. You may find it easier to make a decision that fits your goals and lifestyle. For instance, if you be analyst for spending and know you sweep the most for groceries and dining out, then you want to go for a credit card with hit rewards for those types of purchases. If you want a credit card, most banks have the option of starting the application through their website, so it is no longer necessary to go to the branch. The plastic is sent to your home and activation is done through the app. For example, Banorte, Banamex, Santander, and Scotiabank are banks where you can request credit card from their website. The first step is to explore each of the options, and when you identify the one you like the most, you must fill out a form with information such as your full name, date of birth, your address, etc. After the banks analyze your information, they will contact you to give a positive or negative answer about the type of credit card you request. If you do not have the profile, the advisor could recommend another card that better suits your income and payment capacity.
And that's all we have to talk about credit cards. Thanks for listening. Hope this helps you know more about credit cards.